50-50 audible visual educator and entertainer, debutante to BBC Upload as well, one half of Lea and Lulu. Leanne Herring's with us tonight. How you doing, Leanne?
Hello. Thank you so much for having me on.
Lovely to have you on board. I did actually just slightly sort of lie there because I did say that one half of the duo is with us tonight. That's technically not true, but perhaps we will hear from Lulu in a bit. Listen,
she just couldn't miss out. She could not miss out.
I know, don't blame her. I mean, Rodrigo's here tonight with us as well.
Yeah.
Heard all about the busy bugs.
That's why she wanted to come.
And so there's possibly a side project in the making as we speak.
You never know.
Listen, Leanne, it's lovely to have you on board, and I think you are officially our first puppeteer.
Oh, amazing!
Our first educator as well in that vein. So, loving to break through more walls on Upload, which is excellent.
Fabulous. Thank you.
I've got to ask a very obvious question off the top. Are you a teacher, a formal, certified teacher?
Yeah, I bet you can tell from from the videos and things.
Yes,
yeah.
but I also
and they help with the videos because I'm teaching on them. So yeah.
So you are a qualified teacher.
Yeah, I've been teaching for 10 years. So I was a primary school teacher for 10 years, and then 3 years ago I came out of the classroom to study for a master's. And while I was studying for a master's, I kind of fell into a content creation job for a website and loved it. And they were giving me all these new skills, all this new training. And I kind of was like, I think I might go in a slightly different direction here. So I've been doing that for 3 years, but I also still teach as well. Mm-hmm. So it's quite nice to dip a toe in and still know what's going on. So learning with Lea and Lulu was combining two worlds, really, because I was like, I'm a qualified teacher. I know what the children need to learn. I know how to deliver it. But I've also got these new skills in building a YouTube channel and content creation. And before teaching, I won't give away my age, but before teaching, I was a children's theatre actress as well. So I learned a lot of puppetry through that. So I thought, why not combine everything and do this and try it? And so I started the channel a couple of months ago. So when I was at school, when I was teaching, I was always that wacky. You always have one of them, don't you? The wacky teacher that you go and it's like,
were you Mr. Schneebly from School of Rock?
Completely. Yep, I was literally like that, mixed with a little bit of Mr. Shoe from Glee, if you remember that one as well. Okay. So I was that teacher that always had puppets, and if the children didn't listen to me, they would listen to, it was Lulu actually, that and a lot of children that I still teach have met Lulu as well. So it was a combination of all these things, and I thought,
it's like meeting Puds, isn't it? Meeting Lulu. It's not in the same vein.
Yeah, so I used to always have teaching assistants and parents and my colleagues say, you should do something with this. You should really do something with your puppets. You should do like YouTube. And I was like, no, it's fine. No one will want to see that. Then I learned how to create a YouTube channel. I thought, I'm going to do it.
So was it cool? So actually for you, it was about learning the skills of like content creation making videos for it. Wasn't the will this work for kids or anything like that? It was more knowing how to capture it.
It was a bit of both, really, because as a teacher, obviously, you look for little clips and snippets of things out there on social media and on YouTube to just support your teaching in different ways if you want some visual aids. And I found a lot of content out there was American, and obviously American content, they pronounce words differently,
spell aluminum wrong,
exactly, different accents, and I thought there's a gap here for UK content, for actually good phonics or emerging reading or teaching children skills in how to tell stories or how to spell or how to read. There's a bit of a gap there, so I thought, I might try that as well. I might try and fill that gap a little bit in my own little way. So that's how it kind of was born.
But you are, because if anyone listening to this has been on your YouTube channel, they'll agree with me here. You're doing something that I can't think I've seen anyone else do on YouTube.
You.
And I so for a while, I guess I fell out of YouTube. I fell out of the YouTube hole. I got right into podcasts when they first really got big. I mean, probably like 10 years ago now. But like in the last 2 to 3 years, I have got properly back into watching things on YouTube. I probably watch every day, at least 20 minutes, half an hour, something on, or Vimeo or any of the other platforms. Like I'm actually not just saying that because I'm trying to be BBC and YouTube's my go-to, but I find myself finding more of this on-demand stuff, and say, looking at your stuff, honestly, there isn't anyone else as I can think of doing it in the country.
Thank you. That's brilliant. I mean, the reason I chose YouTube as a platform as well is because it's the old reliable platform as well.
Yep.
And you've got the TikTok, you've got Instagram, you've got all the new trendy cool ones, but
It's the OG, isn't it?
yeah, it really is. It really is old school, and it will always be there. And it can be a slow burn, but it's always there. And that's why I thought, and that's where, as a teacher as well, you kind of have that, I can trust YouTube. I know what's on it.
Would you like to, very unknown fact about YouTube?
Go on.
Well, I'll give you the quiz questions, and you can have these.
Oh my goodness!
What was the first video uploaded to YouTube?
I know this one. I know this one.
What was it of?
It was someone on going to the zoo.
Correct.
And it was a tour of the zoo.
Yeah. What animal specifically was in this video?
Oh, giraffe or elephant? Oh, have I got it wrong? I got it wrong.
One of the two. Which one?
It was. I'm going to say a giraffe. No, it's the elephant. It's the elephant.
Yeah, first video on YouTube was the video of someone basically doing a zoo tour. We're going around the zoo, and there was an elephant in it. Which video broke the play counter across the entire YouTube platform?
Oh man, this is going to... Oh, I don't know this one. I don't know.
Gangnam Style.
Really? Really?
So when you... This is boring information, but you're gonna get it whether you like it or not. When YouTube was built, they never envisaged anything getting 1 billion views. So the code, the nerdy back-end code that builds websites, was built to handle numbers up to 1 billion, 24 million, right, to the end. So when Gangnam Style hit 1 billion views, it hit the threshold of numbers. The website, to its brain, did not know a number bigger than... And then when it went to its next count up, all the play counts on YouTube broke. Every single video on YouTube.
I'm going to tell my team this.
Flattened out. They then unpicked the website code and realised that they'd obviously not envisaged this happening 25 years ago. I think now you have to hit a Googleplex of numbers, which is one with 100 zeros after it.
Yeah, it's a lot more complex now, isn't it?
No one's going to break that count, I think, anytime soon, for sure.
That's mad, isn't it? Oh, I didn't know that. That's one for Christmas.
There, you can have that one. That's definitely one for Christmas, that is. I have so many questions, but I think one of them will be, where can people find you, which we'll come to in a second. First I need to know is, how long have you and Lulu known each other?
Oh, we have known each other for going back, 10 years when I first started teaching. And I had, as a trainee teacher, my mentor at the time had these puppets she never used. They were these dusty old puppets in the cupboard. And I was like, I'm going to use these. These are really good. Completely changed my phonics lesson. I was the coolest teacher. I was like, I love this. Obviously, I couldn't steal them and take them with me. So
Have you since?
So I started my very first school. I got my first school placement, and I just used this rubbish puppet. Really wasn't very good at all. And then my teaching assistant saw how I loved to interact with the children using puppetry, and she bought me as a Christmas present Lulu 10 years ago. And she's beautiful, and I've used her ever since.
She is quite the character.
She has travelled from school to school to school with me, and when I've moved schools, and because I used to live in Hertfordshire, and when I moved to Essex, I brought Lulu to my interview lessons and used her as well.
Oh, that's a sensational story.
Yeah, so she's been with me throughout the whole of my teaching career, so I thought I've got to use her for this new chapter in my career as well. So 10 years.
All right, so in that time, you obviously make a great team, got a great bonds. What one thing does Lulu help you most with? And vice versa, what is the one thing you help Lulu most with?
Oh, do you know what? What's quite interesting? This is going to sound very, very strange to some people listening, but Lulu helps me...
They listen to this show, it's not going to be that weird, I promise you.
Okay, that's true. When I don't know what to say, if I don't know how to deliver something or teach something, I will get Lulu to say it, and it will just come out. It will just come out and just explain things really well in a great childlike way. And I was like, awesome. Well, that's that script written. That's that written of completely. And I would have to say what I help her with is, I've got a little Jack Russell Terrier, and every day he tries to eat her. So I probably keep her very safe in a safe place away from my Jack Russell.
Protect
Otherwise, she would just be a dog chew by now. And she's not. She's survived. But it's the magic of puppetry as well. Literally, you start with Lulu, and she just takes over and helps me with my content. So
Amazing. I'm going to have to start adopting Rodrigo. By the way, and when I refer to Rodrigo is my orangutan friend who we made a reel of earlier on for BBC Upload, in fact. So if you want to have a look at this, you go to Instagram, have a look at our reels at BBC Essex, and you'll see exactly who I'm talking about when I say Rodrigo. Now,
anyone tuning in will be like, what are we listening to?
No, to be honest with you, anyone that's listening to this who's done so before will be not surprised in the
brilliant.
slightest. Like when I walked in today with Rodrigo to the BBC Essex building, nobody batted an eyelid. Not one person I work with has asked who he is, what he's doing here, or anything. They were just like, obviously, Rob's here with Rodrigo.
Amazing.
All right, so you make content for you on YouTube. It has got that educational kind of lilt to it. It's very much built around helping young people understand the world around them and the things they're going to kind of learn. I think I was certainly seeing on your Instagram that you share a bit of this with the schools as well. So I'm just curious if there's someone listening who works in a school who might be thinking this could be perfect for our class, perhaps. Can they reach out?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I don't make any money from it. I do it in my free time. I do it because I love it, and it's all the magic of teaching, all the elements of teaching that I really, really enjoyed put into my new career and sharing with people. I used to train teachers as well, so it's great for trainee teachers, parents, children. It's free to use. So absolutely, all you need to do is just Google it, Learning with Lea and Lulu, and you can use whatever you want from there. So I lots of my teacher friends already use it as well. I do a playlist on the phonics test as well, which is in June every year, which helps teachers because there's no content on that out there to help them. So feel free to use it. I've also done visits with schools via Zoom or in person where I say well done for all their work, or I read the stories to them that I've put on there as well. So
stories. You love a story, Rodrigo.
Woo!
You love stories. I tell you what, he'd be well up for doing a bit of story time in school. He would.
There you go.
I don't want to, leave her out in case she does want to say anything this evening. So if Lulu does want to say something, she's very welcome to. Just letting you know, if you want to come in, Lulu, you are welcome to. That's not a problem. But Learning with Lea and Lulu is how you can find everything that Leanne makes online. We've tagged her on the story on BBC Essex as well on Instagram. So from there, you'll find your links through.
Yes, you can you Google it. It's really easy. Thanks, Lulu. It's really easy, isn't it? Yes, it's really fun. There's lots of videos. There is lots of videos, and you help me lots, don't you? I do. I can't wait for everyone to watch them. Thanks, Lulu. Do you want to sit back down there? I found a new friend. I know you have.
Lulu, you can say hello to Rodrigo if you like, Lulu. It's fine.
Hi, Rod.
He's quite shy.
Oh, he's very shy.
He's got one of these confidence things around ladies. Rod, it's fine. It's fine, bud. I'm right here. It's all good. You behave yourself.
Needs his wingman.
He does.
That's what it is.
Leanne, it's lovely to meet you. Thanks so much thank you for
welcome.
trusting us with what you've been making. So it's only fairly new for you, and I appreciate you've reached out to share it with us on BBC Upload as well. There's a piece you sent us called Busy Bugs.
Yeah, it's one of my stories.
This is a story that you and Lulu tell.
It's actually, I wrote it.
That you wrote, and then Lulu just isn't enjoys.
When I was a teacher, the kids in my class gave me the idea for it, and I wrote it about 3 years ago. So, it's an original story. I self-publish it myself. So I thought, I'm going to share this on my channel too.
Well,
so, enjoy.
Thank you for coming in.
You're
It's
welcome.
been lovely to meet you and Lulu as well. But listen, it's your story, not ours. So would you do us the honours of introducing the story, please?
Of course.